Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the practice log. Alright, well, we got a lot of stuff to get into today, so let's go ahead and jump into it, shall we? Hey, look at us, another actual episode of the practice log. Been doing a lot of other stuff on the side, now we're finally doing this. I know I haven't been doing practice logs as much, and it's been kind of confusing with what I'm doing. I think I have it laid out now. There are playlists, go check them out. There's not that many of them, but I have all the practice logs of 2024 in a playlist, and now there's a new playlist for practice logs of 2025, and I was gonna not number them anymore, but I think I'm gonna keep numbering them. Today we're practicing, which every day we're practicing, of course. It's every day, bro, but I'm showing it today. And also, full disclosure, I already filmed the practice and performance, so I already know what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be Morel Sonatina Movement 1. I'll maybe talk a bit about what I've been thinking with that, because I don't think I really explained much in what you're about to see. I feel, and this is gonna sound kind of pretentious, but I feel that I've been going through a sort of renaissance in my practicing. And it all sparked from just conversations I've had with a friend, also going like hard into BWV 997 and really thinking about how the voices interact and like articulation and stuff. And I just find that when I'm practicing now, I'm just thinking about completely different things than what I used to be thinking about. I think for a long time I was obsessing over like playing notes cleanly and accurately. But when you change up articulation, like short and long, and like how you're connecting the notes, I don't know, I feel like that sort of becomes irrelevant. And it's more like, am I making this note as short or as long as I want and playing it with the right tone that I want? So it's just been really refreshing to do that. If you're interested in hearing me talk more about it and getting like into the nitty gritty a little bit, the latest, or it should be the latest episode of the podcast, I think it was number 8, I talk about it. So, you know, check out the podcast if you want to look at that. But let's go ahead and answer a comment question, because that's what we do here. Let's talk about warming up really quick. This might not be the only question that I get into, but I feel like it's kind of relevant to what? Like guitar? I don't know. But this one is from Michelle PSL. What the hell? Let's answer it. How about warming up? How about it? It's pretty good. If I didn't warm up well enough, my hands and wrists would hurt. Yeah, I understand that. I've gone through a lot with how I practice and warm up over the course of this channel. I've evolved a lot as a guitarist since the beginning of this thing. Now, in terms of warming up, when I started this thing off, I did not warm up ever. Like, I would just kind of start playing and I would just get into it. And I honestly thought warming up was kind of dumb. Like, I don't know why I thought that, but I always warm up now. And I specifically always warm up with really slow technique. And this is for many reasons. Like, as you guys may know, I've been going really hard on scale practice, and that's just to get my scales faster. And I really do think in combination with that, and also changing how I like practice pieces where I'm like thinking about articulation, like I can rust stroke much better than I could like 2 months ago now. I'm starting to find that I'm considering it like an option now when I'm actually thinking about the notes. So you'll see like in the Morel Sonatina that I play, like even in just some parts, I might even go like just one rust stroke, like maybe up there. You know, just stuff like that, where I'm just picking out one note for rest stroke. I don't know, I used to never do that, but I find that now that I can do it, it's effective for what I want. So I'm warming up with scales and also practicing scales for that reason, and then I just want to play faster too. What was I talking about? I was talking about warming up and why I do it. If anything, warming up can sort of give you an opportunity to think about what your hands are doing before you kind of get into the zone, and you might not think about your technique as much. It gives you time to think about, like, am I relaxed? Is my thumb hurting right now? Because if you guys have been watching for the past, like, 100 days or so, my thumb for a few months had, like, a pretty, like, not serious injury, because it was able to heal on its own without any intervention, but it, like, hurt a lot, especially when it first onset. My thumb hurt. I could barely press down on the neck with my thumb, and it was scary, and it lasted for like months, and everybody's telling me to like go to the doctor, and I was like, no, I'm not going to the doctor, I'm just gonna fight through it. But yeah, warming up kind of gives me an opportunity to just sort of check how everything's doing. Because sometimes if I practice for a while, I'll start to kind of feel my thumb again. But I've learned to avoid what originally caused it. And I think what caused it was I had like a really severe bend in my middle joint in my thumb. Yeah, which like if you just bend your middle joint like that and bend it like hard, especially pressing against something, you can see how some issues might arise from that. And what that looked like on the guitar at the time was like, can you even see it? Or that might be like an exaggerated version of it, but that. And now I hold my thumb sort of on the side and I end up like this, which basically what it's doing is it's just creating like a nice even curve across my thumb, which I find structurally is just a little more sound than like having all the pressure right here. You know, even when I'm playing up here, I'm trying to just keep my thumb at a less severe curve. So that's like before, and now that's where I am now. So it's pretty subtle, but I find that it's been staving off pain unless I practice for a really long time. But usually if I start feeling pain, it's because my technique is starting to like degrade just because I'm not thinking about it. In which case, going back to like scales, that's what scales are for. They let you think about the little minute details that you can't think about when you're playing like something really complicated, like a fugue or the Morel Sonatina. Like, I can't improve my technique while I'm playing those pieces. I have to focus on my technique to actually improve it. And that's true for anything. Like, I mean, that's what I was always taught. Like, if you're trying to improve a detail about your movements, you need to isolate it and make sure it's actually working, and then you can try adding it in and having stuff happen simultaneously. But you don't want to just start with everything going all at once. So warming up, did I answer any questions about warming up? I'm sorry. Warming up, yeah, your hands and wrists might hurt if you don't. Mine too, honestly. And if you remember from the beginning, I would always say that I didn't warm up. Boom, I got injured super bad, and now I don't recommend anybody not warm up. That's really stupid. So obviously, anything that I've said in the past, especially like really early on, you know, there's a chance that I might not feel that way anymore. And I justify it to not be like dishonest, to keep it there and like take it down, even though I do like not agree with it anymore, just because this is a practice log. It's documenting my practice journey, and you're kind of going along with it with me, so you just get to observe like my beliefs in the moment. And if you stick around, you're rewarded for sticking around by like watching my beliefs grow and develop and change. I do agree with not counting days played. I don't even think about taking days off. Yeah, like if you're like, oh, I've played like 4 days in a row, it's like, why are you counting? I made a joke about alcoholism with that. It is like that, because right now it's Sunday for me. I actually haven't had a drink of alcohol since Friday, which I know to all of you, that's like okay, like congrats. That's a big deal for me. Not a drop. Oop. And this is how bad it is. I'm actually planning on having a drink on Tuesday. Or like, well, having a drink. Like, I'm planning on drinking. I assume it'll be more than one drink. But yeah, you know, 2 days a week. I'm trying to do that. Like, speaking of all this, I'm sort of getting back into the whole fitness thing, which you guys know, I've been like vaguely talking about that. I just know that it's time, because I'm sort of reaching a stride with YouTube right now where like I kind of know what to do. I have like a lot of videos planned for the future. I don't have to put too much thought into it. I just have to make them, because you know, I've gained like 13 pounds since starting this thing. And I think it's time for me to reverse the damages of my sedentary lifestyle of YouTubing and playing guitar. I'm starting a new gym routine that I will stick to. I'll tell you what it is. Why not? It's 4 days a week, an hour of elliptical every time I go to the gym, and then push pull. No legs. I don't do legs. If you do legs, you're an idiot, and I believe that. And this might be one of those things that I redact later. It's like, don't listen to me, I was an idiot then. But that's how I feel right now. It's all about push and pull. Those are the most important muscles. So that's a total of 4 hours of cardio a week, and I'm talking elliptical right now. The only reason why I'm picking elliptical, and that's the only cardio I'm going to do, is because I'm already really good at elliptical, because I've gotten shredded before. Like, right now I weigh 165. I've been 153, like with abs, veins, all that stuff. Right now I'm 165. Like, I just look kind of normal, which is fine. It's fine to look normal, but I looked cooler when I weighed 153. As far as diet goes, I already have that like relatively dialed. Like, it's just gonna be high protein, like low calorie, like as much as I can. Like, instead of eating like, which I know I have like Little Debbie's and stuff over there, those are not for me. Those are for my girlfriend. She likes that stuff. I don't eat that crap. And I have a Sam's Club membership, and she always spends like $10 on like a pack of 12, and I was like, listen, baby, I will provide for you as the provider that I am, and I'll get you 48 Little Debbie's for like $13. But I will not be eating a single one of those. You know what I've been eating? These things are crazy. These are protein filled. They're not even good diet food, because they are actually so freaking good. It's crazy. These things right here, these Legendary Foods Pop-Tarts, it's a protein Pop-Tart. How good can that be, right? Hey, listen to these macros. 180 calories, 20 grams of protein. Okay, so we're looking at like a Quest bar. Oh, and one more, 9 grams of fiber. How many grams of fiber do you need to be like a healthy person? Like 30 a day? This singular Pop-Tart has a third of your daily fiber. 20 grams of protein, and then everything else like 22 carbs, 8 grams of fat. That doesn't matter, because it all equals 180 calories over 20 grams of protein. That ratio is how the kids would say fire. Plus 9 grams of fiber. That's just a bonus, because fiber is gonna like congeal in your stomach. It's gonna make you feel all sick. You're gonna be all lumped over. I ate 2 of those things today, and I was on my floor for like an hour, which that sounds bad. But think about this. I ate 360 calories and 40 grams of protein, and I was sick, as if I ate like a huge slice of cake or something. You know that sickness you get from like eating like too many sweets. Like, I literally got that from 360 calories and 40 grams of protein. Madness. Like, please sponsor me. I know I was all about Quest. Legendary foods. And the thing is, you can't even eat these like you can Quest bars, because between you and me, Quest bars, they kind of taste bad. And that's why they're good, because if food tastes too good, you keep eating it, you know? But Quest bars, they taste just good enough to where you'll eat it, but you're only going to eat one. You're just not going to eat two, usually, unless you're really hungry, and then you eat two, and then you're like, okay, that is enough. I am not eating these for the rest of the day. But these, you eat one and it's like addictive. It's honestly, like, I hate to say this Pop-Tart right now is one of my like top 5 favorite foods I've ever eaten in my life, and it's a protein Pop-Tart. That's how good it is. Like, this is not an ad. They're not paying me to do this. I'm just that excited about this. And the thing is, you want to look at like the ingredients. It has like red number 5, all that stuff, like especially in the strawberry ones, which are great, by the way. It's got a bunch of crap in it that's not good, but guess what, so do regular Pop-Tarts, and you're probably eating regular Pop-Tarts. Just switch out for these puppies right here and you will be golden. And they taste better than real Pop-Tarts, too. Real Pop-Tarts taste like crap. They taste awful. I would never eat a real Pop-Tart again in my life, just as I will never eat a Dorito again in my life after Quest chips exist. But all in all, like, you shouldn't eat those every day still, but as a cheat food, like, instead of cheating on Pop-Tarts, if that's your thing, cheating on those, it's gonna feel better than Pop-Tarts, and you got to cheat, and you hit your protein. I mean, what more do you want? They're great, and please sponsor me. I will rep legendary foods on this guitar channel all day, because they are that good. Have I gone off the rails enough? Did I answer anybody's question? Oh my god, what the... Sorry, I just started talking about that. You know, it's my life, though. Like, I'm just sharing with you. If this were the podcast, I would just keep going on and on, but it's not, and I'm gonna have to edit all this, so I'm gonna stop it here. Let's go ahead and jump into the practicing now, and I'm still gonna practice more today. That's like half of the practice I should do. We'll see how much more I get. It's also Sunday, so like, you know, it's Sunday. You get it. Okay. I think that's enough for now. So let's go ahead and jump into that part. I'll see you in the chair. Hey, it's been a little while since you've seen me here, hasn't it? Here's what I'm gonna do. I've been practicing for like, I don't know, an hour and a half or so. I've been thinking a lot about the Morel Sonatina, movement 1. I don't know, I think I might want to record that one next. We'll see. And now I'm gonna play it, it's just gonna come out horribly. But yeah, I've been thinking about it a lot. I've been changing like a lot of stuff about how I play it and whatnot. Alright, so here's the first movement. Check this out. kind of flubbed that ending there. As in Sorhan's fashion, of course. I can't just not flub an ending. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna go with that take that you just heard. I mean, obviously, I could put any take there and just say, I'm gonna go with that take. You just heard it. But yeah, I don't know. It's feeling more consistent. I've been slow practicing a lot, and I've also just been trying to develop sort of the story I'm trying to tell with it. And by that, I mean I'm playing some parts slower. Pretty effective way to tell a story. Just kind of go slower. I mean, that pretty much covers it. Well, this was an actual episode of the practice log. Wasn't that exciting? I could talk more about, like, what I just did. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep practicing, and I'm gonna keep trying to develop it more. Maybe that'll be the next one I record. I feel like it's getting consistent enough to where I could play each passage, like, pretty well. Still have something to say, sort of, with the whole thing. That's really what I'm working on now. I mean, like, I've said it a lot. Articulation, throwing in rest strokes. I feel like it's kind of effective to do that. And what I've been doing with a lot of my music is just like going back and just like really reading through it again and then just making decisions like that. Well, I'm not done practicing, but I'm probably gonna go to the gym now and then get back to practicing. Or maybe take a nap because I only slept for like 5 hours this night. Alright, let's go ahead and wrap it up. I'll see you in the outro. Hey, well, you know, if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe, leave a like. Hey, want some guitar lessons? I'll teach you how to play guitar. And of course, if you want some merch, pick up some merch, all that stuff. Oh man, I'm really flying through this one. There's a members section, there's a podcast, check it out, and leave comment questions and I'll answer them in the chair, as I did today. Alright, anything else? Sorry, I feel like I'm rushing through it. It's nothing personal. I still want to talk to you, but, you know, we'll talk later. Alright, I'll see you next time.